Hello everyone, John here for Donkey Kong Country's 25th anniversary, or Super Donkey Kong. Now there are basically two things you gotta know about me. One, I don't like Kiddy Kong, don't mention him in the comments section, I don't want to hear about him. And two, I only type in two ways. One, I use the Sega Dreamcast keyboard when hooked up to my Dreamcast via the internet. Or two, I use a Super Nintendo controller. Now that second one might seem a bit weird, but allow me to teach you the ropes. So basically, unlike a proper keyboard, we have around 8 letters, so it's a bit limited, so that's why most of my tweets aren't good. But we basically have A, B, Y, X, R, L, and then U and D for up and down. So what can we do with this very small keyboard? Well, Donkey Kong Country actually has some cheat codes you may not be aware of. And these aren't just random button inputs, they actually spell words. So without further ado, let's see what these codes are and what they do. Okay, so here we are in Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, and a lot of these codes require something that sounds a little bit insane. So we're going to go down to the File Erase option, which sounds terrifying. Don't erase any files. Press B, again, very scary. And what we're going to do is type in the word barrel. Now, the Super Nintendo controller doesn't have an E button, so you've got to get a bit creative. So we're going to type in the word B-A-R-R-A-L. You hear that? Barrel. What did that do though? So let's go into our file. This can be any file at any point in the game, it doesn't matter where you are. And jump into this boss fight with the beaver. Whoa, 50 lives? That's more than the default 5. So this is kind of like, I guess kind of like Contra's Konami code within Donkey Kong Country. Except rather than 30 lives, you get 50. And again, you can use this at any point in the game, it doesn't matter where you are. So if you're having trouble with like a late game boss or a late game level, this just gives you a bunch of lives to work with without having to grind them up. But of course, this is one of many codes, so let's show you what other ones are waiting for you in the file select screen. Alright, so we're back on the menu, and again go down to Erase File, and this time, we're going to type in Derby Day. So D-A-R-B-Y-D-A-Y. You hear that? Now this time, don't start your file up, we're going to press Select this time. And ooh, the music has gone. Or has it? Press Select again. Ha! There's music now! So this is basically a sound test. It's a rather unfriendly one, as there's no actual menu. But if you keep pressing select, you'll go through all the tracks in Donkey Kong Country, and you can hear them without any sound effects. And of course, back in the day when there was no YouTube or any way of really hearing the audio outside of the game, this is kind of a blessing. So yeah, it's not the most friendly, you can't go backwards, you can't really select which one you want without sorting through all of them, but it's still a really cool way to hear the music of Donkey Kong Country. And David Wise, man. David Wise really went above and beyond for the music of this game. So just being able to hear it as it is fantastic. You know what? The rest of the video should just be this. I'll go. You guys can just listen to the music. Fine, we'll do another one. So this one's actually a multiplayer cheat requiring 2 controllers. Though for now, we're going to stick with player 1. And just like the other cheats, we're going to go down to the File Erase screen and type in the word Bad Buddy. So let's go down here, press B on Erase, and now type in B-A-D-B-U-D-D-Y. Take off Erase File, or else you're actually going to get rid of your file, and we're just going to quickly boot up a game and go to 2-player team. Now, usually with 2-player, if you press the select button, you can tag in your co-op buddy and play a jolly game of co-op. But with Bad Buddy, basically the second player can decide whenever they want to, that is their go. So, usually, press select, hey, let's start. Press select, it's their go, that's normal. But with Bad Buddy, we can press select now, and whenever you want to, player 2 can just say, hey, it's my time to shine, get out of here, I'm playing now. So this is not particularly helpful, and will usually, I guess, resolve in deaths, because you can decide at any moment, it doesn't matter if there's an enemy coming up, or if you're going to go into a pit, you can just say, hey, it's my go, get out of here. It's my time to shine. So yeah, this isn't a very helpful cheat, but it's definitely one that's a lot of fun, and will change the multiplayer dynamics quite a bit. So if you have any friends who are just jerks, this is a cheat for them, don't tell them about it. Anyway, let's check out one final cheat, which actually doesn't work with file select, or even file erase I should say. So let's reset the game one last time. Alright, so with this cheat there's a bit of a time frame. Now don't worry, it's a very big time frame, but we're not going to go down to the file erase screen, but instead do it right here when Cranky Kong's on screen. We're going to type in the word Diddy, so D-Y-D-D-Y. It's more like Dwighty, but here we are. This is basically I guess a test area for all the Animal Buddy bonus rooms. So let's go with Rambi the Rhino. And you can test your skill, you can get as many lives as you want, and just have fun with these really cool bonus rooms. Now there is a limitation, which we'll get to in just a moment. Let's first just play through this though. Well actually, yeah, the limitation is you're kind of stuck here. There's no way to get out of this room. When you're on the actual bonus area, if you press start and select, you'll not go back to the world map. You're stuck there forever. However, there is a workaround, which we'll get to in just a moment. And this workaround actually kind of changes the game up quite magnificently. So if you really want to sort of cheese the game and get as many lives as you want, and never really have any repercussions for your actions, then this cheat is for you. So as you can see, we have 3 lives, but we cannot exit this area. We're stuck here forever. So when I said we're going to reset the game for the last time, I was lying. That's a big fat lie. We're going to reset it one last time. Alright guys, I don't mean to alarm you. We've got a problem. My problem is I'm a bit of a doofus. And every single time I try to jump in this barrel, I keep jumping over it. What's wrong with me? Well, there's a solution. I have 0 lives right now. So what we're going to do is go back to the previous level, which we've already finished, and we're going to let ourselves die again. So walk straight into this Kremlin. Oh no, game over, right? Or is it? So what we're going to do this time is repurpose the Diddy code. So when Cranky shows up, type in Diddy again, so D-Y, D-D-Y, and we're back in the bonus room. So we're going to get a few lives this time, just sort of to, just sort of to have them. It's always nice. And when we get these lives, we are going to exit the bonus room. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, you just tried that just now. It was impossible. There's no way to exit the bonus room. Well, because we just got a game over, the game is going to put us straight back where we were. Now, the reason we have to go to a previous level is because you can't exit levels you haven't finished yet. But I guess the game still thinks we're in that previous level, which we have finished. So now press start and select at the same time. And lo and behold, we are back here. And this comes in very handy if you're in a world which doesn't have very many save points. So if you're playing Donkey Kong Country for the first time and it's just too tough for you, keep in mind, Diddy is always there for you. And those are the cheat codes in Donkey Kong Country. Diddy, you know about these, or is this your first time hearing about them? Let us know what you guys think down below, and of course stay tuned to Game Explain for a lot more on Donkey Kong Country, including interviews from the original staff who worked on the game, and other things gaming too. Until next time, bye!